I won't be at Paddy's Corner for the main event just because we had to give our corner information in weeks ago and we were so close together at that point, so they won't let us change it. That's just UFC red tape. But you'll definitely see me ringside. I'll sneak me way in. I'm only little, I'll be in there.
What do you know of your opponent, Aisling, and how tough would she be?
I know she's a jiu-jitsu black belt. I know she lost her first fight in the UFC. I know she was undefeated in maybe 6 fights before that. I know also she's never fought outside Brazil. So even just the travelling and stuff like that, I've travelled all over the world to fight. I know what that feels like. She didn't arrive in early, she only arrived in Tuesday, so even just adjusting to the time and stuff like that. I've actually seen her, I went to the gym there last night and she was there with her coach. She was already sweating and it seemed like she might have been struggling to get her weight down and stuff. Like, she's bigger than me and I know I'm one of the bigger girls at 115, so if you're bigger than me, you're probably going to be having a bit of a tough time. But yeah, she's a great opponent. I'm excited about this fight. You know, I would not have been able to motivate myself to train as hard if I didn't think she was a worthy opponent. But at the end of the day, the whole ethos in the gym is about improving yourself, and then whatever happens on the night happens. And I can't even begin to describe how many improvements I've made as a fighter over the last 3 months. Like, it's been phenomenal. Like, I actually think I'm going to surprise myself.
You missed out when it came to Dublin last year, and this became to make amends this time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just want people to see, you know, what I'm about. You know, a lot of people, they know the guys who fought last year. They talk about the guys, and you know, when they're talking about the Fighting Irish and stuff like that, sometimes, you know, I'm left out the odd time, even though I feel like, you know, well, I was actually here first. So I just want to show people what I'm about. I want to just get in there. I want to make a good impression. I want to impress people and just be like, look, you didn't see me last year, but this is why people talk about me. This is why people are so fond of me. This is why people are so positive about me in Irish MMA. I'm just like, this is me. This is what I do. Here I am. Enjoy it.
Aisling, there's a bit of a demand on Twitter that possibly should have been on the main card event rather than a preliminary. Do you think that's deflecting from the fight, or do you think that you react and maybe agree with what they say?
Honestly, I don't mind. Like, as far as I'm concerned, whether I'm a first fight in the card, middle, co-main, main, whatever, I don't really mind. Like, half is I don't get paid anymore. That's a huge thing. Like, you know, I'm not getting paid anymore for any extra work. So, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, if I'm up early, then I get to just go see my family. Then after that, you know, I know it's kind of in some people's minds, it's like, oh, how valuable you are, you know, that's where your placement on the card is. And if that's how the UFC feel about me right now, then that's perfect. But I know I'm going to have such a good performance on Saturday that after that, I'm going to be main card. I'm going to be main card worthy.
And Coach Kavanagh reckons it could be the fight of the night. Do you agree?
I don't even think it'll be fight of the night. Fight of the night is always usually a back and forward war. I don't think this is going to be a back and forward war. I think it'll be performance of the night.
She's going to take her out before she wins a chance.
I win in the first 2 rounds.
So she's fighting in your house, you know. Do you think the pressure is with her or with you?
Probably there's no pressure on either of us. Like, you know, people would probably think that there should be pressure on me. I don't feel any pressure. I just feel excitement. You know, I remember hearing somebody say before, it's not pressure, it's pleasure, and that's exactly how I feel about this one. She probably doesn't have any pressure on her because she's coming over, you know. She thinks that I'm like probably lying awake at night going, oh God, I'm fighting in front of all my friends and family. And I don't know, I'm like, man, I'm fighting in front of all my friends and family in the UFC in Dublin. 10 years ago, I couldn't even have imagined this. Dana was still saying, no women in the UFC, I'll never have a women's division. And now I'm sitting here talking to you guys a day out from weigh-ins to fight in Dublin in the UFC. Like, this is, why would I be in this sport? Why would I be? I should be doing something else if that didn't excite me, you know. This is a pleasure to me. I don't have any pressure on me at all. Like, honestly, I feel amazing now. She turned up right now and everyone went, alright, Ash, is going to go 5 rounds out? I'll be like, alright, just let me take my shoes off and my bobbin and let's go.
How important do you think McGregor is, you know, in this whole scenario that you just said, you know, like he was like the key to have this big UFC here in Dublin?
He's been everything. Without Conor doing this wouldn't be here. Like, everything is because he's achieved what he's achieved. Obviously, he has a fantastic team around him. We've been teammates for a long, long time. You know, I love Conor to bits. I'm very proud of him, and I'm so grateful to him for everything that he's achieved because he has given us this opportunity. If Conor hadn't achieved everything that he achieved, I would not be sitting here now. There would not be this UFC card in Dublin. things just wouldn't have happened, you know. So basically it's the Irish invasion led by the captain, you know, Captain Connor. We're all behind him.